All right. We give esteem, praise, and honor to the Most High YAHUAH by Hashem YAHUSHA this day. John 5:39. You know, go on around there to Psalms 144 behind that John 5:39. And I think it's Psalm 78. It ain't Psalm 78. It ain't Psalm 78. I'm going to be brief with that one there because it is booked for that now. These people hate us with a perpetual hatred. You know what I'm saying? These people have no problem killing you in the street. And they kill you in the street because of who your Elohim is. And I'm going to go ahead and work that in the law before I even touch what I want to touch. I might not even touch what I want to touch. What I had in my head to touch, I ain't even going to mention it. Some of what I wanted to touch, I did put in the chat this afternoon or this morning, whatever it was. I will say that. And also, so y'all know, if I put, because I told y'all I was going to come with a lot this week. Some of that stuff in the chat ain't necessarily that I'm going to preach about. Some of it I may, some of it I may not. It's really, it's just really stuff that calls you to consider. It's also to cause you to go read and also to sit back and look at stuff and put stuff together with it. Hello? Shalom. You know what I'm saying? It's really just to go ahead and put stuff together with it. Really, honestly. John 5:39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think ye have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. And you will not come to me that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of Elohim in you. Look at Psalm 144. It'll come to my mind what the other psalm it is that I want. There it is, right there. It's Psalm 79. I'm going to sit back and show you that these people, they hate us, but they really don't hate us. They hate our God. Because they was asking me, how can these people hate something they don't believe in? Well, at the same token, when I go back in the law and show you how these other nations hated us and want to do stuff to us, they didn't believe in Yahuwah either. Yes, thanks. Psalm 144. That's not 144. There it is. Psalm 144, right? About verse 7. See, I wanted to deal with something too. I had talked about this here too. That was me and we were talking about this here. See, I wanted to show you, like, boy, ain't no cowards amongst our people. See, right now we just in a bad spot where we can't really pop off. You know what I'm saying? Because if we was to sit back and show you during certain captivities, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had dudes that was ready to pop off. You know what I'm saying? Quite regularly, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Just, you got to sit back and know it's a time. You can get Ecclesiastes chapter 3 behind this here, too. It's a time for certain stuff. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I put that in the chat. I was serious about that. I told y'all about that when I talked to y'all about when we had talked to that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of stuff that I won't talk about in the open or with everybody, be dead honest with you. Because I don't trust everybody when it comes to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know niggas will tell on you. A lot of dudes is real live cowards. You know what I'm saying? And niggas gonna think you crazy on top of that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't have that discussion with everybody. Because people gonna think you crazy on top of that. He say, send thy hand from above. You heard what he said? So what character we got for hand, gentlemen? Say, send thy what from above? I mean, it's a simple one. I know y'all know what it is. So send that yard from above. He asking you to send the master. Hold this right fast since it's coming. Let me finish this verse. Hello? Oh, absolutely, Troy. People of color definitely hated us long before the white man did, which is what I'm finna show. Because when I go in the law, it ain't going to be no Caucasian. That's why I say these people. I ain't even just put it on Caucasians. It's just easier for us to identify with Caucasians because that's who we deal with on a day in, day out basis. Because I guarantee you, if we was in the Middle East, or let's not even say the Middle East, let's just say, hold on. That's what I call that drop. All right, hold on, bro. All right. Let's just say it wasn't Caucasians ruling in America, and it was Arabs. They'll do it the same way. Do you know what I'm saying? If it, his call finna drop. Y'all just bear with that for a second. If it wasn't Arabs and it was Asians, it would be the same way. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. That's what I'm finna go to. That stuff in the law. Everything that's happening to us, man, is nothing new under the sun. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. None of this stuff is new. Let me finish this verse though. Send thy hand from above, rid me, and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speak vanity. Hello? Hello? All right. He said, whose mouth speak vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. So I have to sit back and show you how their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. I touched on some of that stuff in the chat. Look at Psalms 115 before you go to Romans chapter 1. We get Ecclesiastes chapter 3 in a minute. Say their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. It's vanity. He said to send his right hand from above. Send Yod from above. We know who the hand is. Psalms 115 and verse 1. Psalms 115 and verse 1. Not unto us, O YAHUAH, not unto us, but unto thy name give esteem, for thy mercy and for thy truth's sake. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their Elohim? That's what these people be saying, right? I don't think y'all realize that. I don't think y'all realize that. These people do sit around asking where your God at. Where is he at? Because he sure don't seem to stand up for him. Well, let's see what he say. But our Elohim is in Shamayim. He have done whatsoever he pleased. This man has done whatever he wanted to do. And it pleased him to send you into captivity to watch you be slaughtered too. See, I said that I want you to hold this and look at Ezekiel, chapter 5. And then we'll look at Leviticus 26. Because we want to show you his real pleasure, what he just really wants you to do. But these people refuse to do it. Then unfortunately we have to deal with low down, rotten, subhuman beasts. Ezekiel chapter 5 and
Ezekiel what?
5 and 5. Ezekiel 5 and 5. Ezekiel 5 and 5. Unfortunately, this is why we have to deal with these bastards. This is why we have to deal with them. Thus saith YAHUAH Elohim, this is Jerusalem. I have set in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her. And she hath changed my judgments into wickedness more than the nations, and my statutes more than the countries that are round about her. For they have refused my judgments and my statutes, and they have not walked in them. Therefore thus saith YAHUAH Elohim, because you multiplied more than the nations that are round about you, and have not walked in my statutes, neither have kept my judgments, neither have done according to the judgments of the nations that are round about you. Hello?
Yeah, that's them.
All right. Therefore thus saith YAHUAH Elohim, behold, even I am against thee, and will execute judgments in the midst of thee in the sight of the nations. And I will do unto thee that which I have not done, whereunto I will not do any more the like, because of all thy abominations. Therefore the fathers shall eat the sons in the midst of thee, the sons shall eat the fathers, and I will execute judgments in thee, and the whole remnant will I scatter into the winds. It's another place in Ezekiel where this man say, I put the sword to you, that you know that I did not say in vain that I would do this to you. You know what I'm saying? So we have to keep that in mind. Because you know in Psalm, hello? Hello? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you turn around and you look at it, right? I'm trying to think of where that's at. Look at the book of Obadiah real fast. Let me see if that's what I'm thinking about. I didn't want to show you something how these people feel. You know what I'm saying? Because like I mentioned, all nations hate us. It just ain't a couple. It just ain't a couple. Let's see Let's see if this will override what I want. Look at verse 10. Say, for thy violence against thy brother, Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And the day that thou stood on the other side, and the day that the strangers carried away captives his force, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them. But thou should have not looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither should have thou rejoiced over the children of YAHUAH in the day of their destruction, neither should thou have spoke proudly in the day of their distress. See, I'm going to tell you something, right? That wasn't the verse it is. I'm trying to think. I think it's in Lamentations where he say, aha, this is what we had waited for. See, your adversaries, all the nations, waited for the day that you broke this man's covenant and that you would go into captivity. They waited for this. You know what I'm saying? They was waiting for that pronunciation of judgment on your head. Now look at Leviticus 26, because we have to sit back and look at it. This is what they were waiting for. The reason why they were waiting for this here, because then when we go back and look in the law, we probably just going to spend a lot of time looking in the law about it. You know what I'm saying? These people knew they couldn't do nothing with you while you walk with YAHUAH. They knew this. They knew this. But once you got outside of YAHUAH, they know it was open season. Leviticus 26 and about 17. Not 17, about 40. Make it 38. Make it 37. Leviticus 26 and 37. And you shall perish among the heathen in the land of their enemy. And they shall fall one upon another, as it were before a sword. When none pursue, and you shall have no power to stand before your enemies. And you shall perish among the heathen, and the land of their enemies shall eat you up. And they that are left of you shall pine away in the iniquity in your enemies' lands, and also in the iniquities of their fathers shall they pine away with them. If they shall confess their iniquity and iniquity of their fathers, with their trespass which they have trespassed against me, and that they have walked contrary unto me, and that have also walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies, if then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they accept the punishment of their iniquity, then will I remember my covenant with Yaakov, and my covenant with Yitzhak, and my covenant with Abraham, and I will remember the land. This is what they don't want to happen. This is what they don't want to happen. They don't want you to actually get back in the covenant with the man. Because then all the things that he promised to you, he will do. Say he promised mercy to thousands of them that love him and keep his commandments. But you're going to have to do this. So when he say send his right hand from above to rid us out the hand of strange children, look at 1 Chronicles 16 and 35. Hello? 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 Yeah. What's up? 1 Chronicles 16 and 35. Listen to what he say, right? Because I'm telling y'all, right? When we go in the law and we look at this, because when we go back and look at it, we're going to look at Balaam. All these people came against us trying to kill us. And they couldn't do nothing because y'all was with us. It's going to come to my mind. I think it's in Lamentations, Jeremiah. Like I said, aha, this is the day that we waited for. I'm talking, I wouldn't care if it was Mr. Charlie. I'm talking about them sand niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Them gooks, whatever you want to call them. Every last one of them was waiting for you to slip. So this man could turn his back on you. Hold on. Yeah. All right, Troy. This is what they were waiting for. Because they knew as long as you was with Yahuwah, they couldn't do nothing to you. They knew this, these people. And that's where their hatred came in at. When they would come, when Amalek came up against us, and I guess we just going to have to deal with remember Amalek tonight. Now, won't we? Do you know what I'm saying? Well, praise y'all. He brought it in at the right time since this cracker had. Because I looked at that video. That cracker was bold. You know what I'm saying? That cracker was bold. When I say bold, bold to lay on the ground after you done murdered a man and act like that nigga beat you up. Because I heard the cracker say, oh, blank, and breathing all hard. Looked like you were pretty much in control of the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at it, that's how they come. When Og and Bashan and all these kings came, they came at you because they hated your Elohim. These people knew that Yahuwah was sending you to take their land. These people knew Yahuwah was sending you to smash them. They knew this. You know what I'm talking about? So in actuality, that's why the master came back and said, you shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake. That's why he said it. You know what I'm saying? They don't hate you. They hate your God. You know what I'm talking about? That's who they hate. They don't hate you. That's why he said, the world cannot hate you. It's me that they hate because I testify of it that its deeds are evil. Don't you see? That's why I mentioned this earlier. Because me and Will, we talk about this type of stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? Troy too, like, boy, these people do not care for your Elohim at all. And even though they don't follow him, they know that he's real. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm going to tell you something, right? In America, Christian church numbers are dwindling rapidly. And it's dwindling among Caucasians because they figuring out this book ain't really got nothing to do with them. You know what I'm saying? So when these people see this book ain't really got nothing to do with them, that's why they don't want to fool. Don't get caught up in what the media tell you why these people want, oh, it's fairy tales, it's this, that, there, and the third. These people see this book ain't got nothing to do with them. When they see it ain't got nothing to do with them, they don't want nothing to do with it. So then they turn around and they hate the people who it got something to do with. You got to realize, these crackers know you finna rule the world soon. You know what I'm talking about? Now, if you've been ruling the world, not just white folks, Arabs too. If you've been ruling the world and a group of people finna take over the world, don't you think they gonna have a problem with that? I done told y'all this before. When we came into slavery, what did these people do? They took your name, they took your language, they took your culture, they took your God to disconnect you from who you were. Then they just turned around and tried to tell you about yourself. Our problem was, we believed it. They told you was a nigga, you believed it. They told you was African, you believed it. They told you was a whore, you believed it. They told you were ugly, they told you were dumb, they told you were nothing, you believed it. You know what I'm saying? They pitted you against each other. Man, you know what I'm talking about? Now, I can't sit back and just say this here. Black people always hated somebody that stood up for our people. I'm going to tell y'all something real, man. We can go right back in this book with that. Boy, y'all, I'm talking about, boy, y'all's people ain't never loved nobody who came and told them the truth. Never. I done told y'all this before. Your biggest enemy is not going to be these nations when it get real. It's going to be your own people. They going to turn you over to Mr. Charlie. And that's just being real, man. And that's that pride. That's why we in this situation we in now. Dealing with these people. 1 Chronicles 16 and 34. Oh, give thanks unto Yahuwah, for he is good, for his mercy endure forever. And say ye, save us, O Elohim of our salvation, and gather us together and deliver us from the heathen, that we may give thanks to thy Kadesh name and esteem in thy praise. Now we already looked at what I want. Psalms 144, when he says, send thy right hand above and deliver us from the heathen whose right hand is vanity, it's worthlessness. So I want you to look at Jeremiah chapter 14, I think it's about 21. See, these people know that they stuff is worthless. You think they don't know they stuff worthless? They know Jesus ain't did nothing for them ever. They know Allah ain't did nothing for them. See, we just get stuck on the fact of just Jesus and Christianity and all that there, but our people are mixed up in some of everything. Niggas is Buddhists, niggas want to be African spiritualists, all type of stuff, fooling with idols. Like, nigga, I don't mess with idol worshipers at all. I smash all idols. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing that from day one. I smash all idols. You know what I'm saying? Reason being, because I studied all idols. before I got in the word. So it ain't nothing a nigga can come at me with. Nigga come at me with some idolatry, a nigga's getting served. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, niggas getting served. I don't know what that is, but I'm not familiar.
Movie You Got Served.
Huh? Oh, I'm not familiar with We Got Served, sir.
Yeah, it was at the end after they did all their dancing.
Okay. I might have seen that movie about 1 or 2 times. Wasn't a big. The acting was pretty bad.
No. Seen it again when I was older. It sucked.
That is Jeremiah chapter 12. My apologies. Jeremiah chapter 12 by verse 14. Let's go back into what you just put in the chat, right? Because these people do like to use the word against us because they know that we don't read. That's why I be getting on you niggas about not reading. You know what I'm saying? This is your life. Let me tell y'all something, right? When I was at my lowest, what made me feel that way is the book saying in Deuteronomy 32 that this is not a vain thing for you. This is your life, and Yahuwah is life. At the thought of not having Yahuwah, then I don't have life. And if I don't have life, what am I breathing for? You know what I'm saying? So you had to sit back and look at it. If this is your life, why do you not read the things that pertain to your life? We will sit down and read and watch everything. You won't read what's your life. This is your life. Ain't nowhere in the world these white folk supposed to know this book better than you. Especially if you know who you are. You know you are Abrim of Yasharal of the tribe of whatever tribe you come from. You know what I'm talking about? That means you supposed to read this book. And you just not reading just to be reading. It stores up in your heart and in your inward parts when you read it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even know the level of understanding because stuff can pop in your head because you reading a book. You know what I'm talking about? Just stuff might come. You might read Sunday click in your brain because you reading the book. That's not going to happen. You ain't reading the book, though. Do you realize a Caucasian can't do nothing with me? Because I know this book. That cracker can't come to me selling me nothing. I'm going to shut him down. Not on some old, I'm going to cut this man. Don't come telling me about my Elohim, man. I'm straight on that. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I know what your end going to be. Jeremiah 12 and 14. Thus saith Yahuwah, against all my evil neighbors. Listen what he say he going to do to these people. We ain't even going to the New Testament too often about this here. That touch the inheritance which I have caused my people Yasharal to inherit. Behold, I will pluck them out of their land and pluck out the house of Yehudah from among them. And it shall come to pass after I pluck them out, I will return and have compassion on them and will bring them again, every man to his heritage and every man to his land. You don't think no white people know that? That's why he say if you just confess your iniquities and iniquities in your fault, you understand something, right? He say we are like lambs for the slaughter. But that's for the master's sake. But if we outside the way, these people can do anything to us at any time. You know what I'm saying? At any time. You susceptible. He'll let these people mash out on you. You know what I'm saying? He will let them do it. And then turn around and kill them because of the evil in their heart. But he'll let them mash. It's unfortunate what be happening to our people in the street. Because I know if it wasn't for the word, boy, all I need was I feel like how Trick felt back in the day, man. All I need is about 2 good men. And we gonna break Buddy Rowe out the pen. If niggas really was with it, oh yeah, boy, we'd have been rolled. You know what I'm saying? Niggas been rolled. I was ready to ride in prison. You know what I'm saying? With a 5-year sentence, nigga, we could turn it into an elbow. It don't make no difference. All niggas gotta be doing is ready to ride. But niggas ain't ready to ride. Niggas ready to cry and moan and picket. I ain't posting no Facebook shares of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even finna argue or fight about what do you niggas want to do. You know what I'm saying? If nigga want to do nothing, then we just gonna wait on the master then. You know what I'm saying? Because we could get it in if nigga want to get it in. That's what we were talking about when we met that brother in the parking lot at the gym. I already knew what type of time he was on. You know what I'm saying? I can talk like that with him. Because we got the same mind when it comes to this. We thinking and saying the same thing at the same time. I ain't never met this man before a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? Cause we on the same vibe, we on the same wavelength. Every man in Yasharal supposed to feel like that. You supposed to be ready to ride for your people. You supposed to be ready to ride. Moment's notice. Niggas ain't ready to ride because niggas wet and soft. Niggas cowards. You know what I'm saying? These niggas don't really want to ride for real. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to talk about it, put it in raps, and wear RIP t-shirts. I ain't trying to wear no RIP t-shirts, and I ain't trying to put on no rap. Nigga trying to spill some blood. You know what I'm saying? You know, Malcolm X said something one time. He said, when you have to beg for civil rights, then you're not free. And he said there was a cost for freedom, and the cost of freedom is death. That's a cost that nobody don't want to pay, spiritually and naturally. Because niggas don't want to be set free spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to die to sin. You want to keep doing what you want to do. And you definitely don't want to be free because you don't want to take a bullet. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to die.
Hey, y'all stop. Let's go on.
Where we at, man? Look at this verse 8:16. It shall come to pass if they will diligently learn the ways of my people to swear by my name, Yahuwah live, as they taught my people to swear to Baal. See, that's what these people been doing in these Christian churches, teaching you to swear to Baal. Then they shall be built up in the midst of my people. But if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation, saith Yahuwah. It's another place where the Gentiles say, the Gentiles going to come and say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. That's why he say to rid us from their right hand. They right hand is vanity. These people worship nothing. Come on back to Psalm 115, man. I got too much stuff in my head. And I got to move quick. Because we're not going to be doing this all night. Psalm 115, right? Look, verse 3, right? He say, our Elohim is in Shamahin. He do what he want to. That's where we started from. He put us in captivity because that's what he wanted to do, because we broke what he said. Not because he had love for these people. That's why in a certain instance he didn't do certain things, because he didn't want to sit back and let these people think that, he didn't want the heathen to think they did this on their own power. We can read that in Deuteronomy 32 as well. He said, y'all ain't do this on your own power. I'll let you do this. Only because they disobedient. Because truth be told, I'll let these people mash out and murk all y'all. I don't even mess with y'all. Get Isaiah chapter 40 behind this Psalm 115 if you think I'm playing on that. He says, their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses they have, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throat. They that make them are like unto them. So is every one that trusteth them. O Yasharal, trust thou in Yahuwah. He is their help and their shield. You see, that's your deliverance and that's your protection. Our biggest problem is we don't really trust in Yahuwah. We trust in man. You know what I'm saying? We look at a man and that's how we roll with it. I look at Yahuwah first. No matter what I was going through, boy, I always looked at Yahuwah first. Not to say that I ain't going to lean on my brother. We know that's a strong defense. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to bear one another's burdens, but no matter what, I look to Yahuwah first. I don't look to a man first. That's our problem. See, we like to see in Lamentations and say we seek salvation from a people that cannot save us, a people that cannot help us. We don't look. He told you in Hosea the 13th chapter, O Yasharai, you have destroyed thyself, but thy help is in me. We put ourselves in this situation. We have to realize and accept the responsibility for our actions. Not taking away that these people are extra wicked, extra evil, and ought to be killed according to this word. They worthy of death. Romans chapter 1, verse 22. How many of y'all remember that song Louis Armstrong had? I don't know if he wrote it. Y'all know what song I'm talking about? Who know what song I'm talking about? They always play about with Louis Armstrong. They played a lot. They played at a certain football team. Huh? Not that one, though. That is a good selection. They play it. It's a football team named after this. Well, he tell you, right? When the saints come marching in, right? Oh, when the saints come marching in, he said, oh, how I want to be in that number. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never really understand the significance of that song until I read Psalms 149 when he said the high praises shall be in the Kadeshim mouth and the two-edged sword in their hand, rendering the judgment unto the heathen. You know what I'm talking about? Now look at this Romans 1:22, then we go look at remember Amalek. I want y'all to understand something, man. Don't y'all never in your entire life ever forget what these people did. And please don't think that your Elohim is not waiting to smash these people down to powder. Please don't think that he ain't waiting to kill these people. It's just like he said in Genesis 15. The iniquity of the Amorites is not full. These people ain't filled they sin up all the way. Y'all know what I'm talking about in Genesis 15? I think about probably about verse 14. They ain't filled they sin up all the way. 1 and 20. Matter of fact, make it 18. Romans 1 and 18. For the wrath of Elohim is revealed from Shamahim against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Because that which may be known of Elohim is manifest in them, for Elohim hath showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his external power and Elohim head, so they are without excuse. Because that when they knew Elohim, they esteemed him not as Elohim, neither were they thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. See, that's what these people turned around and did, make an idol. Look what the next thing he said though. And he changed the esteem of the uncorruptible Elohim into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore Elohim also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of Elohim into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is Baruch forever. I mean, this is what these people have done. So don't sit back and look at these people. I'm going to tell y'all something about Caucasians specifically. They study you in depthly. We were just talking about how you got the dude Vocab Malone and the dude James White, and they talking about they studying the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, and they talking about they watching our social media activity, looking at your YouTube videos, going out to you in the street, trying to know any and everything about you, because that's what Caucasians do. That's what they do. They study their enemy. So don't think that they didn't study this book and didn't think they knew what time it was with you. I want y'all to look at something, right? I think it's Exodus 17. Let's look at Remember Amalek. I know I called for some other stuff. Don't even worry about it. Let's just look at Remember Amalek. And we'll sit back and we'll look at how all these people came for you. These people came for you. These people wanted to kill you. That's why you're supposed to remember what was said about in what that was. That might be Deuteronomy. What that is I'm thinking about. Like with Rahab the harlot. She said, we heard about y'all. We heard about y'all. We heard of Yahuwah. We heard what he did for you. She like, I don't want no problems. The rest of the people in Jericho didn't feel that way. They felt like, screw y'all. Y'all not finna come through here and take nothing from us. Exodus 17 and 8. Now, Troy did drop that in the chat. The first example of eugenics you see is in the book of Exodus, when they set up the plan to kill all the firstborn sons of Israel, to kill all the sons. That's the first time you see eugenics in the book. The first time you see eugenics put on black people. And then you see eugenics happen again when Mashiach was born. They sat back around and they did it again. It has always been an extensive plan to kill black babies, especially black males. I done told y'all this before. A black woman ain't no threat. Y'all are no threat to these people. The woman ain't never been no threat. It's not to disrespect or belittle a woman. That's just the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? The woman is not the one that creates and leads the nation. It's the man that does it. You know what I'm saying? Like they even got black women to the point you scared to have a son. That's what they want you to be. You ain't supposed to be scared of that. That's why the world is lucky I don't have no sons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's still good. Do it. Now go look in the corner. No, go in here. Come here.
Exodus 17 and 8.
Come on.
Listen what he says.
Stand in that corner.
Then came Amalek and fought with Yasharal and Rephidim. Now y'all know why they came out and did this here? Because let's look at what these rat bastards did. I just want y'all to see what these rat bastards did. Look at Deuteronomy 25 and 17. Look at what these rat bastards did. They came out to fight with us. We're not reading the whole story. I just want you to look at what they did and how they went about it. This is why he told you to remember these people. You ain't never, ever, ever supposed to forget what these people did. Not never. 25 and 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when you were come forth out of Mizraim. He met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee when thou was faint and weary, and he feared not Elohim. You see the key thing? He didn't do this because he hated you. He did this because he hated y'all. You understand what I'm telling you? He knew who these people were. This is, matter of fact, this is Esau's. Well, like I said, this is Esau people. You know what I'm saying? This is Esau's people.
Look at the next thing he takes. Therefore it shall be when Yahuwah thy Elohim have give thee rest from all thy enemies round about in the land which Yahuwah thy Elohim give thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance from Amalek from under
Shamahim, and thou shalt not forget it. This is why the Most High had a problem with Saul. Because I done put you in this land. I told you to kill these people. We looked at something in 1 Kings 20 the other day. He said, I appointed this man to death and you didn't kill him, therefore I'm going to kill you. I'm going to tell you something. When it get real, it going to be some old coward niggas that's not going to bust Mr. Charlie head. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know that, right? It's going to be some niggas like, I don't know if we should kill him or not. I wouldn't care who it was. Mr. Charlie, Mr. Ahmed, you know what I'm talking about? Mr. Young Woo, they all getting murdered. Every last one of them. You know what I'm talking about? If he done appointed them to death, they out of here. But I want y'all to look at something in Psalms 108. I want you to look at some of the kings he named down that came against us. All these people came against us to kill us. Every last one of them.
Stop telling.
Make sure it's Psalms 108. No, it ain't 108. Let me see which one it is. Look at Psalms 105. That's what it is. Psalms 105. Pick it about by 23. Then we'll look at this nigga named Og. Any of y'all know who Og Bashan is? Any of y'all know who that is? We're going to look at this nigga here too. Besides Og Bashan and Amalek, which one of you brothers know any other kings that came against us in the wilderness?
King of Rap.
You got him too. Who know anybody know anybody else? We're going to look at all of them. Just to sit back and show you that when... Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The reason why we going to look at all these men is for one reason. When the master said you shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake, that's why I mean when they say they don't really hate you, they hate your God. Because just like it was said, they say they don't even believe in our God. These people were idolaters as well. They didn't follow Yahuwah Elohim either. But they knew that he was real because they heard of the works that he had done for us. And they knew who we were. And because of that, they wanted to kill us because they couldn't reach him. That's why he say, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. That's why he say, if a man, he say, he that despiseth not man, but Elohim, because he's given unto us his Ruach HaKodesh. That's who they hate. They don't hate us. They hate him. That's why they come against us, because they can't come against him.
Come on, listen.
Oh yeah, Psalms 105 and 23. Say Yasharal also came into Mizraim, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. And he increased his people greatly and made them stronger than their enemies. He turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtlety with his servants. He sent Moses his servant and Aaron whom he had chosen, and they showed him signs among them and wonders in the land of Ham. Now he said he turned these people to hate us while we were in that land. Does that not sound familiar? You sitting in a strange land amongst strange children, asking to be rid because their right hand is a right hand of vanity and a falsehood? Because these people served idols, the work of men's hands, and now we sit in a new place, sitting back looking at we under the right hand of some people who tell lies, their words are worthless, and they hate us, and they deal with us in subtlety, with lies. The very thing we were talking about, there is nothing new under the sun. Everything that has been done has already been done. It's already documented and written. We've been through this before. You understand what I'm telling you? We have been through this before. The same way that it was just mentioned, right? They use the word against us. The manipulators. Well, to be subtle is to be trickier, to be crafty, right? The works of Satan, he's crafty. Well, the Egyptians did us the same way. And those were black people. Those were black people. Before we ever came across and got any subjugation to be subjugated under Caucasians, people of color had already done us like. That's why I don't understand how a nigga can even stud or pay attention to African spirituality. You got to be a certified idiot. You know what I'm saying? To even entertain that. These people hate your guts. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, some of our people are over there, but these people hate your guts, though. You understand what I'm telling you? They don't mess with you. Our biggest problem is we serve everybody else God but our own. I ain't serving there another nigga God. I wouldn't care what that nigga was talking about. I don't care how good a nigga make it sound. Nigga, I serve Yahuwah and Yahuwah alone. And I will mash on your idol God, nigga, to your face, nigga. Screw your feelings and all that. And if you want to fight about it, we can fight about it too. Because I'm not finna let you blaspheme my Elohim, period. You know what I'm talking about? You not finna do that. That's what you not finna do. You know what I'm talking about? That's what you not finna do. Y'all supposed to get to the point where you get sick and tired of these people disrespecting your power. You know what I'm talking about? You supposed to straighten them about. You supposed to let a nigga know, like, bro, miss me with that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be worried about people's feelings too much, man. If niggas sinning, you know, that's their thing. You know, hey, man, that's what you choose to do. That's what you choose to do. I draw the line at idolatry, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not finna push no idol God on me. I dealt with idol God for 28 years. You know what I'm talking about? Even though I ain't know what I was doing, ain't know nothing about nothing. You ain't finna bring no idol God to me, though. You're not finna do that. I know my Elohim. You know what I'm saying? I know him. There's no way in the world I'm a mash on that. That's how they get us, right? If it wasn't through Christianity with Jesus, they got you with Muhammad and Allah. And if it wasn't Muhammad and Allah, they got you with Buddha. And if they ain't get you with Buddha, they got you with somebody else. You around here talking about chakras, Christ consciousness. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas around here dealing with Selassie. Niggas dealing with all type of stuff. Man, I ain't rocking with that, nigga. Not rocking with that. Nigga, I know all about that, nigga. Every branch of Christianity, boy, we know about that. Every branch of Islam, we know about that. You can keep that. Nigga, I read about African spirituality in prison, man. That stuff is sick. Niggas on some whole other type of time. You don't even want to know what type of time the people on. I'm going to keep on moving, man. Number 21 and 33. I didn't want y'all to know that what we've been going through, whether it's them using words and craftiness, the trick. You know, Psalm 83 told you that. They took crafty counsel. Every nation on the planet was complicit. They all with it. And if you don't think that's happening again, all you got to do is look at the United Nations. Every nation of people on the earth got to see that except for you. And I ain't on no Hebrew Israelite stuff, how they use that. That's just real talk. You can't deny that. Everybody got a seat there but you. You think they don't be plotting on you? You think they ain't scheming on you? The United Nations' whole purpose is to fight against Yahuwah, to fight against Yahushua when he returns. That's what they got a world army for. They ain't trying to fight you. Niggas so worried about FEMA camps and martial law. Man, they not putting that stuff together to fight you, nigga. That's to fight the master. They feel like y'all are irrelevant. We can kill y'all when we get ready. That's not the real battle. Man, number 21 and 33. I be seeing niggas all the time, FEMA. That nigga called me with that the other day. Man, nigga had me so hot. Man, they gonna come put us in the camps, bro. Well, man, nigga, screw them crackers, nigga. Man, I hear one more nigga crying about a FEMA camp. Man, get your coward behind out my face, nigga. Sound like a real hoe. Man, we got Yahuwah. What I scared about what these people can do to me? What I care about that for? Man, Psalm 27 and 4 say, man, I fear Yahuwah. I will not fear what man can do unto me. What I worry about a man for? Care about no man? See that? Nigga, you's a whole nigga. I'm tired of these whole niggas out here, man. Niggas cowards out here, man. When you gonna stand up and actually be a man and ride with the man, man? Win, lose, or draw? You know what I'm talking about? Death, prison, or alive? Ride. Nigga, screw if they kill me. I'm already dead. Can't kill me, man. Say the living Elohim in me, man. You can't kill me, man. I can't never taste death. He said, he that live and believe in me shall never taste death. You believe this? Man, I don't see that, man. Straight up, I don't see that, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, the book say oppression make a wise man mad. Just because you don't hear niggas snap about it all the time, bro, I have to keep my composure. I've been seeing this stuff for 36 years. This ain't the first black man I done seen killed in the street. Nigga, my homeboy was killed by the police, nigga. They beat my homeboy to death. Nigga, I watched men get beat in prison. I've seen men get killed in prison. Y'all niggas ain't ever actually seen that. I've seen that. I told y'all how I felt about when I seen that man slap that cracker. That cracker slapped that man and go correctional. That man's supposed to die where he stood. Captain Floyd's supposed to be dead. Because all of us supposed to mash on him. Ain't a nigga move. Sat there and watched this man slap a brother down. Man, ain't a nigga flinch. I'm just sitting here. I thought these niggas was killers and gangsters. Nigga, I ain't no killer, I ain't no gangster, but I'm gonna ride for my people though. Ain't nowhere in the world we supposed to be just like Moses. Moses seen that Egyptian smite that eye, bring me murk that nigga. Ain't no way in the world that's supposed to slide. That's how you supposed to feel. When a nigga don't feel like that, that mean y'all ain't in you. Cause these niggas hoes out here, man. Real talk. Niggas cowards. Niggas scared of Mr. Charlie, man. Man, screw Mr. Charlie and everything he stand for. I tell him that to his face. But it's nothing. It's nothing. You know what I'm talking about? It's nothing. Why y'all scared of these people? Why you scared to die? This man told you these people hate you. It's in the law. Let's see. Number 21 to 33. Make it 29. I'll read 27 because I want you to hear. Wherefore they that speak in Proverbs say, come into Heshbon. Let the city of Sihon be built and prepared. For there's a fire gone out of Heshbon, and a flame of the city of Sihon. It has consumed Ar of Moab, and the masters of high places of Arnon. Let's look and see what this city means. I know I'm going on. I ain't gonna got but about 20 more minutes, and I gotta try to fit a whole lot of information in a short period of time. But you know, like man, y'all niggas better, man. We were talking about this here when we went live the other day, right? Remember I told you what Pac said on that song, man? That's Death Round the Corner. I wouldn't recommend y'all to go listen to it. But he was like, man, he said, man, y'all niggas need to stop acting like vaginas out here, all right? You know what I'm saying? Because he said, man, a real nigga pick the time he go. And I told you, the master picked when he went. He picked when he died. He ain't had no fear of that. Say, don't nobody take my life from me. I lay my life down to myself. That's why Revelation 12 and 11 say they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, and love not their own life to the death. A nigga ain't overcoming nothing without the blood of the Lamb. And you definitely ain't overcoming them with the word. Without the word, you're not going to do it. Nigga, I don't care how hard you think you is. That's something that y'all had to show me and teach me yourself. But you're not going to mash these people without me, boy. You ain't going to be able to do nothing without me, boy. You got to have me with you. A nigga ain't got y'all, ain't got nothing. Real talk on all levels. If a nigga ain't got y'all, he ain't got nothing. Nothing. He ain't got no power, no strength, no shalom, no nothing. No knowledge, no wisdom, no understanding. Man say, what wisdom is in them? They done rejected the Torah of Yahuwah. Ain't nothing in you, nigga. You ain't hitting on nothing. I don't care how strong you think you is, how smart you think you is. Well, you ain't hitting on nothing without Yahuwah by Hashem Yahushua. You ain't hitting on nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember that. Just like this here, right? Niggas say they want to come holler at us about the word. Fourth is like, oh, what we believe in and all that stuff. Nigga, you coming with idols, boy. We coming with the living Elohim. Boy, we feel like David, man. And who is this uncircumcised Philistine? We push you down through the name of Yahuwah, man. How dare you? How dare you? That's how you're supposed to feel. How dare you even come to me with that? Y'all don't feel like that, though. Let's look at Heshbon and Sihon. He said a flame gonna come up out of there. Sihon means warrior. And Heshbon means stronghold. So when he sit back and you look at it, right? Well, I'm at 27. He said there's a fire gonna come out the stronghold and a flame from the city of the warrior. And we just asked this man in Psalms 144 to send his hand from above to deliver us out of the hand of these people. And don't you know that Exodus 15 and 3 say Yahuwah is a man of war, Yahuwah is his name. And the master said, as my father do, so the son do likewise. So he is a warrior. So a fire is coming out the stronghold to the city of the warrior. The city of the warrior is Jerusalem. That's going back to when these people come against us in Zechariah 14 and come to kill us. Because he told you in Daniel chapter 7 that they'll overcome the Kadeshim. That's why I don't see why these niggas scared about FEMA camps when the man already told you they're going to overcome you and kill you. That's already written. You can't buck that. That means you better get you better gird yourself up, get some intestinal fortitude. Be able to stand firm and stand tall. How we gonna be able to ride a niggas looking at cowards? You know what I'm saying? Niggas looking at cowards, man. I already told y'all already how I feel about that. If you ain't really wired for your people, you's a coward. You scared to use your job or to work on the Shabbat, you's a coward. Because you scared of Mr. Charlie. You can't be scared of Mr. Charlie. Mr. Scarlett don't see you. Mr. Charlie ain't got no problem busting your dome. That's a slave nigga. You can't be no slave nigga. Can't be that. You understand what I'm saying? Can't be no slave nigga now. You got to be a real nigga. You got to stand tall. You got to be a warrior. This is what he say. Oh yeah, 29. Woe unto thee, Moab, thou art undone, O people of Chemosh, for he hath given his sons that escape, and his daughters into captivity. Heshbon is perished, even unto Dibon. We have laid them waste even unto Noph, and reached unto Medeba. Thus Yasharal dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and Moses sent out to spy Jazer, and they took the villages thereof, and drove out the Amorites that were there. And they turned and went up by the way of Bashan, and Og, king of Bashan, went out against them, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, fear him not, I have delivered him into thy hand, and all his people in his land, and thou shalt do to him as thou did unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, which dwelt at Heshbon. So they smote him and his sons and all his people until there was none of them left alive, and they possessed his land. You see the key thing he always told us when we went up to fight against these people? Don't fear them. Do not fear them. That's why I say a lot of these niggas coward. You fear Mr. Charlie. How you fear Mr. Charlie when Yahuwah told you don't fear these people? How's that possible? That's why he say do not fear him that can kill the body. And after that he already told you this in the law numerous times. Do not fear them. You will push them down if you trust in me. But like I told you, these niggas cowards though. It's little small stuff I'm telling you, man. Like we've been talking about this over the last few weeks, man. Niggas scared of, man, come on, man. You scared to lose your job, bro, for a cracker? Man, screw that cracker and everything he buy. Nigga, screw your job, your life, all that, man. You're not finna be cracking the whip on me. It's not 1722 no more. You know what I'm saying? You know how big of a coward you got to be to openly celebrate the 4th of July and you know it ain't got nothing to do with you? You know how weak you got to be? You know how weak you got to be to know that the slave master's religion is oppressive and evil and still follow it? You know how weak you have to be? These people utterly despise you for no other reason than your Elohim. This is why they hate you. Let's look at King Ai real fast, man. What that is, the book of Joshua. Go to the book of Joshua, man. About chapter 7. Hey, man, I'm preaching right now, man. I'm gonna have to holler at you later. I'm preaching right now. I'm gonna have to holler at you later. All right, y'all. Joshua chapter 7 about verse 4. One thing about Yahuwah, boy, Yahuwah don't respect no cowards. He don't respect that. Make it verse 1 though. We'll make it 2. Yahushua sent men from Jericho to Ai, which is beside Bethaven, on the east side of Bethel, and spake unto them, saying, go and view the country. And the men went up and viewed Ai. They returned to Yahushua and said unto them, let not all the people go up, but let 2,000-3,000 men go up and smite Ai. Make not all the people to labor thither, for they are but few. So they went up thither, and all the people, about 3,000 men, they fled before the men of Ai. And the men of Ai smote them. I just lost my place. About 36 men, for they chased them from before the gate even unto Shabarim, and smote them in the going down, wherefore the hearts of the people melted and became as water. Now you know these people fighting these people. All these people came against us because we coming to take their land. This is the whole reason why these people even come together, because we coming to take their land. See, look at the 8th chapter and about what's going on in this same thing. Same book of Yahushua, Joshua son of Nun. Look at the 8th chapter about the 2nd verse. We hit this nigga Heshbon. Like I say, man, when you look at eugenics, it was already stated in the law. You know what I'm saying? He said, you know, I didn't read the verse in Psalm 144. He said, Yahuwah teacheth our hands to fight and my hands to war. But the first thing where he teaching us to fight in war is with the kokma, with wisdom, which we dealt with last week, where we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, to teach us how to war against spiritual wickedness in high places. He taught us how to war in that. He taught us how to go about that. You know what I'm saying? But he also will teach your hands to battle, literally. You know, some people consider Moses to be the greatest military strategist that ever lived when they actually go in the book and look at the strategies that were used. You know what I'm saying? When they actually look at the strategies that were used, they was like, there was no way. Like, huh? They looked at, you know, Moses went to war too. No, I'm talking about Caucasian. They were talking about Moses. They were talking about Moses.
I saw this thing. They said, I know they ain't said Joshua. They look at Joshua as one of the greatest military strategists as well.
That's my first time hearing that. I could see why though.
They put a whole History Channel, did a whole little series on it.
Yeah, indeed. Because both, you got to remember, Moses and Joshua both went to war, so they probably did that with both of them. You know what I'm saying? And they probably do the same thing for David if you sit back and they look at the strategies that they see. But that was Yahuwah orchestrating all of that. You know what I'm saying? See, with Moses and Yahushua and with Dawood, all they did was just follow what Yahuwah told them to do. Even Gideon. See, I wanted to go through this one day just to show you, man, it's so many warriors in our bloodline. Whether it's Jephthah, Gideon, David. As dumb as Saul was, he was a killer too. Abraham. It's a long line. They don't even want to talk about David's mighty men. You don't even want to talk about that. Joab, don't even know he was an idiot. These men were warriors. That's why they say coming out the city of warrior. A flame is coming from Heshbon into the city of the warrior. A flame got to come in Jerusalem to take these people out. Got to. This is the city of the warrior. Of the warrior. That's why we got to be. That's why you can't have no fear of these people. You can't fear these people on no level. But I don't trust no slave nigga, man. I don't trust no house nigga, man. Nigga sell you out to Mr. Charlie, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll sell you out. I barely trust a nigga who with all that picket sign stuff. Man, I don't trust all that stuff because you kind of scared of Mr. Charlie. So we just going to sit back in the cut with them dudes that ain't trying to lift up no signs. Ain't finna sing we shall overcome. We going to overcome this flesh and we going to overcome sin. We going to overcome the world. But we waiting for that green light. Because the book said there's a time to kill and there's a time for shalom. There's a time for war and there's a time for peace. Right now, there ain't a time for war. We waiting on it, though. See, we ain't talking about, oh, death to America and all that type of stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? We want some recompense, though. Micah told you in the 7th chapter, he said, man, our enemy will be trodden down like mire in the street. We waiting for some recompense, though. You know what I'm saying? That the blood of the prophets might be avenged. That all the blasphemy and hard speeches that these people done spoke against our Elohim might be avenged. 8:2, man, Joshua. Make verse 1. Listen to what the man tell him again. Listen what he tell him. And Yahuwah said unto Yahushua, fear not, neither be thou dismayed. Take all the people of war with thee, and arise, and go up to Ai. See, I've given into thy hand the king of Ai, and his people, and his city, and his land. And thou shalt do to Ai and her king as thou did unto Jericho, and her king. Only the spoil thereof, and the cattle thereof shall you take for a prey unto yourselves. Lay thee an ambush for the city behind it. You got to remember, we didn't read it. When you read when they came to take over Jericho, they were looking for the spies because these people in Jericho were looking to kill us and anybody that came around, just like Ai war. All these people sitting back looking at, we heard about these people and they God, and we will kill them. When we catch them, we going to kill them. The Egyptians sat back and they started killing you and dealing with you craftily. Then when they heard of your God, they started treating you worse. He said, who is Yahuwah? And he started treating you worse. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I'm mentioning this here. Is all the stuff that these people do to her. There'll be a payment. Y'all knows we be waiting on it. Because I get tired of seeing it. You know what I'm saying? I know it hurt the women more than the men because they think about their children or their future children. It hurt the men because the men, real men anyway, they want to bust domes. Because they get tired of them people doing them like that. You know what I'm saying? You get tired of it. And you want to bust domes. Like when you look at Amalek, and we didn't deal with remember Amalek like I want to. When you look at Amalek, and you look at Og or Bashan, like we didn't read it right. Moab, the king Og, actually sent a man to curse us. That's how bad he hated us. He actually thought that our own power would curse us. That's how much how backwards in your brain you got to be. And that's why I don't see how niggas fear these people. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know this word, man, I wouldn't care what Mr. Charlie was talking about on the Shabbat. Man, Cracker, whatever, I'll fire you. What's wrong with your firer then? Do you want me to, where your paperwork at? What you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? They up that fire on you talking about denying Mashiach. What's wrong with your trigger finger, nigga? You know what I'm saying? If it go down and we got to bang and we got to war and we got to fight to defend ourselves and defend our people, why would you fear these people? Especially if we claim that we are Yahudim and believe and serve this man in the righteousness of Kadesh and the faith of Yahushua. Why would we fear these people? Why? How does that happen? Why do you have any, Psalm 27, why would you have any fear in your heart for these people? This ain't got nothing to do with nobody's skin tone. This ain't got nothing to do with none of that. They nationality. But if you hate my God, I hate you too. He said, I hate them that hate you and I hate them with a perfect hatred. Nigga, I hate you too, nigga. Nigga, I don't mess with you either, nigga. Remember now, Daniel 11 said they gonna cleave to you with flattery. That's why I say you gotta watch them slave niggas. These old niggas take you down now. These niggas cowards out here. These niggas ain't 100 with it. These niggas ain't real with it. Dang, what I just add? I just forgot. I know I'm getting old. My mind just went blank. Psalm 27. Praise y'all. And we write this up, man. It's 8:30, man. We hit a lot of stuff. I ain't getting into it like this because that stuff just be making me hot. Psalm 27, right? Verse 1. Yahuwah is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Yahuwah is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? You sit back and look at it, right? You go look at Babylon. Okay, we went captive in Babylon, but them people hated our Elohim. They hated the 3 young men to the point they wanted to kill him. They didn't hate Daniel. They hated our Elohim. That's why they did all that there and told the king to make that decree so he could get thrown in the lion's den. You think it had something to do with Daniel? They didn't say let's throw Daniel in the den. They said let's come up with something that you can't petition any other Elohim, any other God for 30 days. Who you think they hate? Because they don't want you to serve the living power. They want you to serve nothing. They want you to serve something that has eyes that can't see, ears that can't hear, a mouth that can't speak, feet that can't walk, hands that can't handle nothing. And don't you realize that's somebody who serves their own belly? Don't you realize that's somebody that serves an idol? You're worth nothing. You're useless. You are reprobate. You are worthless. He say everybody who trusts in them is like unto it. You worthless. You can't be doing what you want to do. You can't become your own God. You worthless according to Yahuwah. You about nothing. Now sit back and think about that. If you hanging with niggas, rolling with niggas who idolaters, who serve their own belly. Y'all say that nigga that worthless. He can't do nothing for you. When it get real, that nigga can't ride with you. That nigga gonna fold up. Because he don't trust in nothing. He doesn't have anything to sustain him. Now I sat there and watched that there, man. These men sat back and they murdered this man. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all had to sit back and realize something. They will be judged. You know what I'm saying? We like to see the retribution right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Yahuwah just let them continue on, but then you got to realize them men could be earmarked for hell. We won't even deal with the brother that they shot down. We won't even deal with him because y'all already know what time it is. Regardless if that's our people or not, and it's a sour and sad situation, it's an ugly situation. Well, if a nigga ain't right with Yahuwah, well, a nigga going to hell. You know what I'm saying? And that's ugly. That's something to cause all us to consider, regardless of how we get up out of here. But we got to make sure we right before we leave up out of here. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you right before you leave up out of here. You got to make sure you right before you leave up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you right before you leave up out of here, man. You can't be around here playing, towing the line, man. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I'm talking about to all the brothers. Boy, y'all got to cowboy up, boy. Y'all got to soldier up. Y'all got to Yahudim up, boy. Y'all got to be ready to ride at all times. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about just busting no guns either. I'm talking about ready to stand firm and stand tall at all times. You got to be willing to stand for the word as far as not transgressing it at all times. You got to be standing and ready to lead your women if you're married at all times, to direct and teach your children at all times, to provide for your household at all times. I'm talking about at all times. Ready to smash any idolatrous worshiper at all times when they bring that stuff to you. I ain't talking about going to seek it out and mess with nobody. You know what I'm saying? But if they bring, he told you what is the thing that'll get your sin purged and to crash their idols in the chalkstone. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just talking about worshiping no false god. If somebody put somebody before y'all, you know what I'm saying? You got to crash that. If a nigga covetous, you got to crash that. If a nigga stubborn, you got to crash that. All that's idolatry. All idols must be destroyed. Y'all got to be willing to stand on that at all times. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to be willing to ride for your brother at all times. You got to remember Peter, man. When the people came for the master boy, Peter upped that fire, man. Peter was ready. It was only because it wasn't time. That's why the master told him to put it up. That's showing you there's a time for war and there's a time for shalom. That's showing you that. Right there with the master, that's showing you that. It wasn't time for war. He said, my kingdom is not of this world. If it was, my servants would fight, that I should not be delivered to the Yahudim. But my kingdom is not far from hence. It wasn't the time to war. It wasn't the time. Right now it's, It's not time to war right now as bad as I would like to. You know what I'm saying? It's not time. Hopefully Most High willing it's coming closer. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas think I'm crazy all they want, man. I said, like, yeah, I want to spill some blood. Straight up and down. They've been spilling my people blood. Why wouldn't I want to spill some? A nigga can think about me whatever they want to think. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I would like to be crowned in that number. I would like to put their kings and princes in fetters of iron and to chop them into pieces with a two-edged sword. Yes. Yes, I would hope that Yahuwah would find me favorable enough to count me to allow me to do that. Am I wrong for that? Don't white people get up and have a desire to join their military to do the same thing? Do not they do that in these other countries? That they have a desire to do that? Hello? What'd you say? I'm just being honest with you now. Niggas join the Marines to kill. Niggas don't join the Marines just to be a Marine. They say they want to defend the United States of America against all enemies, enemy and domestic.
Foreign and domestic.
And they kill the kids, children,
All enemies, enemy and domestic.
Yeah, I'm talking about, you know what I mean.
All enemies, and domestic.
Yeah, they killing churn. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to join their army or their countries to fight for their people, but I'm wrong because I say I want to be in the army of Yahuwah to fight for my people and fight for my Elohim. Now I'm wrong. Nigga, I ain't never want to fight for the United States Army. I fight in the Master's Army though. Man, we stop right here though, man. We just stop right here. I ain't going no further. We'll just leave this alone, man. Praise y'all for the word. We just stop right there, man. I don't know how y'all feel about it. That's how I feel.